Hey, Magic fans, welcome back. This is your captain speaking here on Capnclydes MTG. We got more Ixalan leaks. We got box toppers, we got inserts, and we got the main set. So let's get into it. It's going to be a quick one, at least God, I hope so. But before we do, don't forget, comment, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, help support the channel. Also, don't forget, subscribing here, liking us on Rumble. Yes, we are on Rumble. Get the same, or if not better content, maybe. On Rumble, who knows which direction we may go, whoever starts paying me more. Anyway, well, that would actually constitute them paying me, period. But anyway, moving on. Links in the description to the eBay and TCG player store. Also help support the channel. Do it for free by liking and subscribing. Without further ado, let's get into it. So we're going to start off first today with a box topper. It's Archaeomancer's Map. So we got a full art Archaeomancer's Map. This has been previewed already in one of the previous videos. White and 2. When it enters the battlefield, you can search your library for 2 basic plains cards, which is pretty good. Reveal them, put them in your hand and shuffle. But then it says whenever a land enters the battlefield under the opponent's control, if that player controls more lands than you may put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield. So pretty good, not gonna lie. The ability to search up 2 planes is fantastic, and if they've got more land than you, why not get extra land drops? I mean, at least it lets you do something, right? So there is that. Can't help you come back from behind. Don't know how much real play it's gonna get, but in Commander, oh Commander, with 3 people plopping lands on the battlefield, you can catch up fast, quick, and in the hurry if you ain't got no lands. So next, we're going to talk about some inserts. That's right, inserts from Jurassic Park. That's right, it's not Samuel L. Jackson's character, but it's Samuel L. Jackson's character. That's what I'm talking about. Permission denied. A blue and white for any instant. Counter target non-creature spell. Your opponents can't cast non-creature spells this turn. That is amazing. It's a counter spell that stops them from countering anything else. Now, mind you, it has to resolve, so if they counter something, they can respond until this spell resolves. But you can stop them from doing any other weird shenanigans on their turn. And it's probably just a better negate. Let's not lie. So, and you gotta, like, how can you not love this art? You know, you ought to say, MF, permission denied. You know what I'm talking about? So, yeah, like the card, love the art. Hope I get one. All right, moving on. And next we have Swooping Pterodon, or should I say Pterodon. White, red, and 3 for this 3/3 creature dinosaur. Flying, haste. That's okay for a 5-mana 3/3, I guess. Whenever it or another dinosaur flying enters the battlefield, under your control, gain control of target creature and opponent controls to end of turn. Untap that creature, it gains flying and haste until the end of turn. At the beginning of your next end step, target land deals 3 damage to that creature. Target land, huh? This is just funny. So this is very playable. 5 mana, steal your shit. Am I far enough in to cuss yet? Who cares? I ain't getting paid. 5 mana, steal your shit, make a 3/3 flyer, punch you in the face with it, and then bolt the hell out of it because I can. And if you have other flying dinosaurs, I don't know how many they are. That's a damn good question. How many flying dinosaurs? Somebody put down in the chat how many flying dinosaurs there are. But anyway, this seems like a really sweet card. Not because it just steals the opponent's stuff, as they swoop down and pick you up and carry you off. When the creature gets back to the player, it takes 3 damage from a land because it's gonna get dropped onto the land. Get it? Bump. Love this card and how gimmicky dad jokey it is. Fantastic. Love it. I hope it sees lots of plays. It looks really funny. Just so I can say, going in. Anyway, so we have a couple land inserts. We have this one here. Dun. Anyway, that's Jaws. But anyway, you get the point. Beautiful swamp. On top of that, we have this swamp, even better. Get it? Fin. Anyway. And then we move on to Sweet Islands. Yay, look at the dinosaur. Mistake. Don't look at the dinosaur. And you get this one here. Good old T-Rex skull where it's already ate it and they're diving. Great time. I love the art on these Jurassic Park lands. Just, magnifique. Good times. Love it. So, with that being said, time to move on to the actual set. We have Anim Pakal, the Thousandth Moon. Oh, these names. All right, white, red, and 1. Legendary creature, human soldier. It looks more like a ruler or a king than a soldier, but anyway, point being. 3 mana for a 1/2, that seems a bit much, but whenever you attack with one or more non-gnome creatures, interesting, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. Then create X colorless 1/1 gnome artifact creature tokens that are tapped and attacking. X is the number of +1/+1 counters on this card. So, I mean, this is cool for Commander. Limited is going to be a bomb just because it's just going to spit creatures out left and right. As far as Standard goes, there's so much removal. This is going to die fast, quick, and in a hurry. And if it doesn't, I don't know what you're thinking because this thing's going to just... This is an army in a can. We say it a lot. This is literally army in a can. You put it on the battlefield, and then everything else you do when you attack just makes this thing extremely large. Also, notice it says 1 or more non-gnome creatures. This is not a gnome. So when you attack with it, it becomes a 2/3, and then you get a 1/1 attacking gnome creature. The next turn, it becomes a 3/4, and you get 2 attacking gnome creatures. Does this sound familiar? Huh? Anybody? Krenko? Anybody? And that card was pretty damn good in Standard. So, this is going to be good. However, removal is really good as well. We'll have to see how it plays out. Also, is red-white going to be viable in a new Standard format? If it is, this is going to be a powerhouse. If it's not, this is just going to go straight to the dollar bin. All right, moving on. And this is a human soldier, so there's possibilities this may go in a humans deck. Just putting that out there. I mean, one of these as just a one of in a humans deck could get so ugly so fast. So fast. Anyway, moving on. Next we have Bitter Triumph, a black and 1 instant. You sacrifice as additional cost, you discard a card or pay 3 life, destroy target creature or planeswalker. So this is really good. Yes, it costs 3 life, but it's a black and a 1 instant. Or you can discard a card. I mean, there are definitely going to be times where you're going to be like, I don't want this land, and I just want to kill that thing. Plus, if you're, by some chance, playing Commander or whatever, and you want cards in your graveyard, this is a good way to get them there while solving problems. Or if you're playing, damn it, what is that mechanic? So many fucking mechanics. The mechanic, when you discard something, you can cast it. Oh my lord. Anyway, whatever. I think this is a good card. It's going to see limited play, going to see standard play. I mean, let's be honest, there was a black, white, and 1 that did the exact same thing except it exiled and you had to pay 3 life. This is 2 mana, 1 color, the same colors as black, white, and you don't have to pay 3 life if you want to discard a card. Seems like a good option, maybe even a good upgrade. So, limited, great. Standard, great. Older formats, probably. Commander, yeah, why not? So, yeah, I think this is going to be a powerhouse. Next, we have Malicious Eclipse. 2 black and 1 for a sorcery. All creatures get -2/-2 till end of turn. If creatures an opponent controls would die this turn, exile them instead. So this is your basic semi-board wipe. For 3, that gives -2/-2. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not. We'll have to see what the toughness looks like on the standard field. Limited, this is probably good to sideboard at best. You probably don't want to start this because it's all creatures. You may kill your own shit. And in standard, it's only going to matter if a bunch of 2 toughness and less creatures are one of the main deck strategies, which white weenie, red rush, whatever, may be a thing. So maybe this will be necessary. I do like how it says Malicious Eclipse. I can't really tell if something's carrying this, like if that's the wings or if this is a paw or a hand. It looks like it's just dropping a giant turd on everybody. Anyway, moving on. Next we have Canonized in Blood. So black and 1 enchantment at the beginning of your end step. If you descended this turn, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature control. That is if a permanent card was put into your graveyard from anywhere. That is amazing. If you're playing a deck that's got fetch lands or stuff that's going to the graveyard, tokens count because they trigger graveyard effects. For 2 black and 5, though, sacrifice Canonized and Blood, create a 4/3 white and black vampire demon creature token with flying. This might be good enough just to play it for 2, hope we put some counters on stuff, and then in the late game make a threat, which was probably going to make it good enough for limited if you're doing a quick white-black or black-red thing, and you want to put counters on stuff that gives you something to play in the late game. So standard could be good enough. 7 mana is a lot, I know, but you may get there depending on how the decks are set up, and if this is something you want early and in game, it can be good. Commander, well, I mean, it can be played if this is really the jam you want to go down, but I think there's better stuff you could be doing in the older formats, including Commander. So anyway, moving on. Next we have, what a name, Abelos Awakening. Good God. White and 3 and X. It's a sorcery. Return target artifact or non-aura enchantment card from your graveyard to the battlefield with X additional +1/+1 counters on it if it's a 1/1 spirit creature with flying in addition to other types. So you literally for 4 mana, you could take a Banishing Light, we'll just call that, 3 mana, 2/1, exile enchantment till it leaves the battlefield. Someone deals with it, goes in your graveyard. For 4 mana, you can get it out, make it a 1/1 spirit, and exile something again. Now, yes, it makes it very killable, but the ability for 4 mana to jerk an artifact or enchantment that's not an aura out of your graveyard, just stick it on the battlefield for 4, and if it's late game, pump extra mana into it to make it extremely large and belligerent, even better. This is going to be a great card in many enchantment heavy, artifact heavy decks. Great for limited, great for standard, and maybe great for commander, and maybe some older formats. Yes, 4 mana is a lot, but depending on what you're doing, this may be what you want to be doing. I'm just saying, just putting it out there. So next we have Fanatical Offering. Black and 1 instant. As additional cost to this spell, you may sacrifice an artifact or a creature, draw 2 cards, create a map token. So this is basically just the other card that gave you a treasure instead. Now, a map token's cool, treasure's better, but we found that ability was really good. Now, with that being said, I don't think this is going to be as good, only because the treasure, which is the rebate of the black and 1 you put in on the other card that you get to spend later, is way better than a map token. You have to spend mana to activate. Also, the treasure was mana fixing, so this will be playable but not as popular, and it won't replace the other cards because this is really a downgrade, I think, in my opinion. So, next we have Orizaka Puzzle Door. I'm probably butchering the hell out of these names. 1 blue artifact for 1 and tap. You can sacrifice the Puzzle Door, look at the top 2 cards of your library, put one of those into your hand, the other into your graveyard. So it's basically a 2 mana sleight of hand. That's fair. I mean, great and limited. Probably going to be good enough for standard, not going to lie. Commander, yeah, definitely, because, I mean, if you need an artifact to get rid of, this is it. If you don't have your shenanigans going and you have this, you get to look at the top 2 cards of your hands for an answer. Lots of upsides here, so I think this is going to be good for those 3 formats. Older formats have sleight of hand. This isn't going to see play because of it, so Next we have Halti's Final Strike. Green and 2 instant. Target creature you control gets +1/+0 in a turn. It deals damage equal to its power to target creature an opponent controls. So, not a fight spell, but definitely a removal spell, hinging on the fact that you have a good creature. So, limited all-star, but that's as far as this is going to go. And with all that being said, we're done, guys. We got there. Thanks a lot for watching. I do appreciate it. Till next time, be kind, and I hope to see you across from the game table. God, I'm tired. I'm going to do some box openings.